What is the nature of a haunting? Do ghosts stay to tell us something? Or do they stay because they can't leave? Today on Penny Francis, the ghost where I live. This is not what I signed up for. I'm really not into ghosts. But this one found me. I recently moved into a house by a lake. A nice cottage in the mountains. The realtor didn't tell me the place had a story. But after I moved in, neighbors started telling me about a boy who had once lived in my house and had tragically drowned. This happened years ago, and details were sketchy, but it seemed his name was Jack, and he disappeared while out flying his kite. Now I have to stop right here and tell you none of this has been verified. But then, most ghost stories aren't. Anyway, the story is that Jack disappeared and was never found. His kite was found, and his shoes were found on the bank, but no Jack. The lake was dragged and the shoreline searched, but Jack was never found. Shortly afterwards, his family left the area, vacating the cottage where I now live. I suppose this is why I'm constantly told these stories. Or maybe they're just trying to drive the weird radio girl from their midst. The next occupant of the house didn't last long. Gina McDonald was a single, independent woman who moved here to fix up the place and live by the lake. And she was doing just that, cleaning windows, when she fell from a ladder and broke her neck. I don't know what this has to do with ghosts, but to my neighbors, there's no doubt of the connection. Once again, I didn't know any of this when I bought the house, and I'm looking into disclosure laws. But I really like the place, and I haven't seen anything. The final chapter of this story, for now, happened with the occupants just before me. There was a slumber party. As with any sleepover, the girls started telling scary stories. Of course, it didn't take long for the conversation to come around to Jack and his demise. One of them should have to go down to the water to test the legend. Rock, paper, scissors, decided the unlucky one. And they were instructed to get a handkerchief wet to prove they went. The loser was chosen. The others showed no mercy when she begged them not to make her go. She was given a flashlight and a handkerchief and was sent on her way. When she reached the dock, she quickly moved to the water and wet the cloth. And when she searched for the flashlight, she felt something dripping on the back of her hand. And when she looked up, there he was. They found the girl in hysterics, banging at the door. Later, when she calmed down, she gave a description of a cold, wet boy who looked sad and confused. She said he held out his hand, wanting to lead her. And yes, the description matched that of the boy who had disappeared all those years before. I'm struck with the image of his hand, outstretched, wanting to lead her to some revelation that might answer his mystery and bring him peace. The night visitor, desperate to make a connection so they can finally be free. I don't know if I'd have the strength to overcome my fears and help a lost soul, but I'd like to think I would. But then, I don't believe in ghosts. This has been Penny Francis with another chapter of Penny's podcast. All of my podcasts are available at my website, pennypods.org. Thanks for listening, and good night.